Hello everyone, patch 7.2 introduced a brand new affix, and that is Grievous. So today let's go over everything we know and what you need to know in order to combat Grievous. What Grievous does is whenever a target falls below 90% as a result of combat damage, will have a wound debuff applied to them. What this means is that whenever a mob casts on you, melee hits you, AoE, whatever it is, if it's a result of combat damage, you will have the Grievous wound put on you. If you take fall damage, or release your spirit and are resurrected, or battle res, or use a soul stone, for all of those cases, you might be below 90% health, but since it wasn't a result of combat damage, you will not get the debuff. The debuff makes you lose 2.5% of your max health every 3 seconds, and this debuff stacks up to 5 for a maximum of 15.5% of your maximum health per 3 seconds. The last thing we need to talk about is how the stacks of this debuff are applied. The first stack comes from any combat damage that drops you below 90%, and any additional stacks are applied every 3 seconds if you already have a pre-existing stack. Remember, this caps out at 5. So there are a few things that you can do to combat this affix. And while this is an affix that is mostly going to impact healers, there is a lot you can do as a DPS or as a tank that can also help out. So the best way to deal with this affix is for your healer to just prioritize keeping everyone topped off. This means your healer will be doing more overhealing than normal, but this will help keep everyone right above 90% or close to it. The next step is to use your self-healing effectively. Not every class gets their own self-healing, but if you do have some heals, use them as best as you can to help out your healer. If you're running a high level Mythic Plus or your healer is a little undergeared, something else that I highly recommend is having Fighter Chow. This food increases your out of combat health regeneration, which is going to minimize the impact of Grievous on you. A lot of times you're done pulling a pack, but you can't pull the next pack because everyone on your group has Grievous and you have to wait till everybody gets healed up. The very last step that you can do is either have a mage get some mage food before you run into the instance, or go to the Dalaran fountain and fish up goldfish. Now with any one of these foods, be it mage or goldfish, as soon as you exit combat you can start eating, and that in conjunction with heals should get you over the 90% pretty quickly. Now my personal recommendation is if you're doing Grievous and you're having a tough time with it, take Fighter Chow, take conjured food or goldfish, and just with these two little things, this affix becomes a non-issue and you don't really have to worry about it that much anymore. Now one last thing I want to add is that it seems that the best tanks for this affix are going to be warriors, DKs, demon hunters, and paladins. And the reason this is because of self-healing and absorption. If you like my content, want to help contribute and donate to this channel, you can go ahead and visit our Patreon down below. There are quite a few reward tiers and you can get early access to some videos or be a curator of the channel. And as always, good luck out there.